Our word of hope today comes from Matthew 26, verses 26 through 29. Now as they were eating, Jesus took bread, and after blessing it, broke it and gave it to the disciples and said, "Take, eat, this is my body." And he took a cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them, saying, "Drink of it, all of you, for this is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins. I tell you, I will not drink again of this fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom." On Thursday of Holy Week, Jesus had made arrangements for the disciples to celebrate Passover together. Passover was the ancient Jewish feast that reminded them of how God had rescued their ancestors from the judgment of death through the blood of an innocent sacrificial lamb 1,300 years before, the Passover meal. Passover meal communicated a powerful truth. Deliverance from judgment requires the death of something innocent. This would be the last meal Jesus would have with his disciples before he was crucified, which is why it is often called the Last Supper. Jesus took the familiar elements of the Old Covenant Passover and instituted a new covenant meal we know as communion, or the Lord's Supper. Our new covenant communion meal is communicating the same truth as the Old Covenant Passover meal. Deliverance from judgment requires the death of something innocent. At this meal, Jesus broke the bread and they ate it. He said the bread was the body. He did the same thing with the cup. They drank, and Jesus said, "This is my blood." Jesus' body is represented by the bread when we take communion. This allows us to remember what he did for us and the world. His body was beaten and bruised, tormented, and nailed to a cross, carried the sins of us all. When we drink of the cup, this represents the blood. By the shedding of his blood on the cross, we are cleansed of our unrighteousness by the forgiveness of our sins. As we look at the cross, we remember the sacrifice and obedience Jesus Christ demonstrated out of love for us. We also remember a promise of a future kingdom, a place in heaven with the Savior, if only we trust and believe.